get started. Okay, welcome to Unlock Your Money Blueprint. Learn how to upgrade your subconscious patterns, shaping how you earn, save, receive, and spend. I am Jennie Potter. This is Karyn Medeiros. She is an award-winning manifestation coach. I am an award-winning self-help novelist and coach, and I am so excited to welcome you to this webinar. This is something that we created because we were like, man, we got to show other people how to unlock, how to clear the blocks, how to reframe how you're thinking about money. And so we've got a few key categories. Karyn, say a little welcome, and then we're going to hop right in.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Thank you, Jennie. Like Jennie said, I'm an award-winning manifestation coach, and I teach women how to create their rich girl life. That's what I do. Jennie and I have been working together for a while now, and it is the best thing ever. And so we're excited. We talk about how to attract things and money and stuff like that. And so I think we were just talking about it. We're like, wait, let's just go teach other people how to do this. So here we are.
Here we are indeed. So in this workshop, what we're going to teach you is how you can identify and reset the hidden stuff, the hidden patterns that are shaping your finances. Okay, together we're going to help you identify your money blueprint and basically hit the reset button. Okay, we're going to interrupt old patterns. What Karyn and I love doing together is showing people some tangible stuff, some habits, some things that you can implement, some thought processes that you can reframe. Karyn is a master at that kind of language and those kind of lessons and trainings. And I am going to clear those energetic, emotional blocks, the addictions you have to scarcity, the allergic reactions you have to abundance or savings or debt. So we're just going to talk about it first, and we're going to have you kind of write out your dream statements as we move through, and then I'm going to help you clear a bunch of stuff. So we'll dive in and start with one of the first areas. This money blueprint framework is we're going to cover today. Now, this isn't all the topics when it comes to money, but these are the core topics. What are the 4 categories we're covering, Karyn?
We are covering debt, receiving, savings, and earning. So those are probably like the 4 most powerful, kind of things around money that we all know and that we're probably blocking.
Absolutely. So some of us are really good at earning, but the money just goes out. And it's like, oh my gosh, have you ever had one of those times that you like make so much money? And then like 2 weeks later, you're like, where did it all go? Or something happens to disappear the money. So we're going to talk about that. Some of us have blocks and automations going on. We're going to start with Rich Girl Receiving. So Karyn, I'm going to pass you the mic and let you kind of walk people through receiving and just like, what's a powerful reframe or some powerful habits that people can create around us?
Yeah. So let's just step back a little bit. And the reason why we chose kind of receiving debt, savings, and earning is because we as children probably developed we probably developed our money mindset probably as children, whether they were good, whether they were bad, right? So back when we were little, we would hear our parents saying, oh, that's so expensive. We can't afford that right now. Um, you know, Maybe some of you heard that, money is evil. It's the root of all evil. It is rich people are greedy. Money doesn't grow on trees. I think probably all of us have heard that at some point, right? And so we develop that subconsciously as children. We keep it in, and then we take that with us into our adult life. And into our adult life, we start to say the same things. We do the same patterns. That's too expensive. Can't afford that right now. Money doesn't grow on trees. Around earning, like you have to work really hard for your dollar, right? And so we develop these into adults, and then we take those patterns and then we just repattern them in. And some will get to a point where maybe you are bad at money, right? You think I'm bad with money, or you can't keep money like as fast as Jennie says, like money's coming in and you're like, you just had like the best month of your life and you're like, but where did it all go? Money comes in faster than it goes out. And so the good news is that it's probably not your fault. The good news is we're going to teach you how to reframe those patterns. And then my, I call her my magician, Jennie, with her beautiful magical gift, is going to be able to release some of those patterns and those beliefs, because they no longer, like, they don't belong to you. They never really belonged to you. They were just absorbed while you were little. So once you understand that, oh, wait, it's actually not my fault. Like, I can actually change this. I can actually change this today. I can change it tomorrow, and I can let it all go. Like, everything is going to change for you. I did not grow up having a beautiful, abundant, rich life full of freedom and everything that I have right now. I struggled for a very, very long time, 30, 40 years, until I was just immersed in this research of like that there has to be something different. There has to be a different way. And then I found it, and it's just like, oh wow, like nobody really has to have these beliefs. So we chose the 4 rich girl. So we'll start with rich girl receiving. So rich girl receiving, you may be blocking, receiving. Like, you may be blocking money because you're not open to receive. That's it. Like, that's literally how easy it is. So you just need to understand, oh, I just need to be open to receiving. So, like, perfect examples are a girlfriend takes you out for lunch, or you're going out for lunch and the bill comes and she's like, "Oh, I'll take that." And you're like, "No, no, I'll take that." And you go back and forth. Just that alone, you're blocking that receiving. So we just need to, one, be aware that we are open to receive. So every day, where is it? Over there. Every day in my gratitude, I have a Rich Girl gratitude journal. At the very top, it's just blank. That's all it is. Before I even start my gratitude, I literally write every single day at the top, I am open to receive any and all blessings to me today. That literally just opens me up to receive anything. Anything, any miracles, any blessings, any compliments, anyone being nice, treating me, all of that. And so if somebody compliments you, I want you to take that and just say, thank you. Instead of like, oh yeah, thank you. Oh, I did this, or I'm working on this, or just, that's it. Zip it. Thank you. That's it. Thank you. Somebody wants to pay the bill. You're more than welcome to be like, hey, I would love to treat you. And if they're like, no, you zip it and you're like, thank you. Right. And I want you to celebrate that, you know, somebody, and not celebrating like, oh, but just, in your head of like, thank you. That was so generous of them. And thank you very much. And then just know at some point, you're going to pay it forward to somebody else. So, rich girl receiving, I want you to feel comfortable when somebody is giving something to you. If you don't, that is a block. You're blocking it. Now, if you're blocking allowing somebody to come and pay for your lunch, guess what else you're blocking? Everything else. You're blocking the money. You're blocking everything else that is trying to get in your way. I always say there's like a wall, and God or the universe, whoever you talk to, is literally trying all the time, trying to bring stuff to you. And it just keeps bouncing off because you're closed off. You have that wall. You're not comfortable receiving. Today that changes, and you're going to welcome anything that comes to you. So reframe is, I am open to receiving.
Okay, awesome. So literally you heard Karyn. I want you to open up your arms physically and say out loud right now, I am open to receiving, even if you're at the library watching this right now. I am open to receiving. Okay. This is a physical movement, this shift. And what Karyn said is so true. When you say no, 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 and you don't let someone buy you coffee or buy you lunch or give you a gift, think about how you are when you receive gifts, when you receive unexpected blessings, when someone's like, I want to give you a free session. So just think about how you are. Some of you are amazing at receiving, but some of you have been blocking receiving. And what you don't realize is that it's blocking, like Karyn said, every area of your life. What I always see when I'm talking to people, I kind of see pictures in my mind. And when people have blocks around receiving, what I see is a door with a lock, and that there's all of these beautiful gifts leaning up against that door. And I just encourage you right now to imagine unlocking the door and opening that door and letting those gifts come in. You've been speaking out things that you want, what you want to create. You've been visualizing, you've been praying, you've been asking, you've been manifesting, and all of that stuff is just on the other side of the door. So let's open up that door, open you up to receiving. And what I want you to do is write down your statement, your dream statement around receiving. So let's just say, to keep it simple, and simple is better, I am open to receiving. And now I want you to sit with that for a minute, and I want you to rate yourself. 0 being you're absolutely not open to receiving. It's very hard for you to receive a compliment, let someone buy you lunch, gift you a session, okay, gift you anything, do anything for you. I want you to rate 0 to 10, 10 being you're amazing at receiving. Like, it's very funny. My stepkids, Kai and Hannah is amazing at receiving. She's like, yes, please. Okay, bring, right? And the world just keeps blessing her. She's so favored. And Kai, who's so hardworking and just like the sweetest kid. Well, he's not even a kid anymore. He's a grown man. But if I go to give him money or gift him something, he's like, no, 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 because he's thinking about me. He's thinking about how I feel. He's thinking about my wallet. And I'm like, no, no, it's fine. Like, here, take this. I gave Hannah some this morning or whatever. And so, and it can be anything with Kai, but he's very much like thinks of the other person before he thinks of himself. So be Hannah in this scenario, okay? We want you to be Hannah. Rate yourself. Are you a 10 out of 10 for receiving, or are you somewhere in the middle, or are you a 0? Can you rate yourself now? And then near the end of this, we're going to use that rating again. So make sure to write that down. Okay, Karyn, tell us about debt. How can we reframe debt? Because I can tell you right now that even the word will often bring people extreme anxiety. Like, just the word debt brings most people some pretty big feelings. So let's talk about it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was just going to say that. That's exactly what happens is most of the time is people think that debt is bad. Well, not all debt is bad. And I reframed myself with debt of I see debt as a payment plan. So you have a mortgage on your house. It's just a loan because you weren't able to afford $1 million or however much your house costs at that moment. And so someone was nice enough, let's just was nice enough to give you money to purchase that home. And so I show gratitude for debt. If I have a credit card and I put something on the credit card, um, I just treat it like a payment plan. If I want to pay for something in full, I go and pay it for something in full. If I don't want to pay for something in full, I go put it on the payment plan knowing, hey, thank you. That is just extra cash for me. When I book trips to travel, I would love to pay them in full, but I have a credit card that I put on the credit card because that credit card allows or puts in or covers insurance on when we travel because of the credit card that I have. And so I want you to I want you just to kind of look at like, wow, like if I didn't put that on the credit card, we wouldn't have that right now. We wouldn't be able to afford that right now. And so I want you to take out like all the negativity around the interest that we're paying back because some credit cards, loans, or whatever are very high. That's just what we need to do if we want to use a payment plan, right? And so you just accept that. So, I mean, I just literally see it as a payment plan, and that debt allows me to have things that I may not be able to afford right now. And so I show gratitude for that of like, you know what? I wouldn't have been able to afford that right now. So I appreciate you, Visa, for coming through, right? It's kind of like a pay advance or a payment plan, however you want to look at it. I look at it as extra income for me. And as long as you use it appropriately, I think it's great.
Okay, thank you for the rich girl reframe that debt is a payment plan. Now, I want you to notice what your feeling is around debt and rate yourself. We're going to do a dream statement. So let's just say my debt is paid in full. Okay. Now, some people think of debt like Karyn, you brought up a mortgage. And
Yeah.
so some people don't think of mortgage debt as bad, but they'll think of credit card debt as bad or a car payment. Some people will only do car payments. Some people will only buy a car in full.
But
So we all,
why?
what's that?
But why? I wonder like why they think like one is bad, like, and one is not.
Well, we don't, I mean, the reason why I bring that up is what I want to explain to you or what I want to show you that you're okay with some debt. You're just not okay with other debt. So I'm like shifting the perspective for you to see that like all debt is a payment plan, like Karyn was talking about. So, but you feel bad about some of it. Some of you feel bad about all of it. I mean, I know people who feel bad about their mortgage. They feel bad about their car. They feel bad about their credit cards. I know people who feel like they're drowning in debt that have 5 grand in debt. I know people who feel like they're drowning and they have 100,000 in debt. I know people who have 100,000 in debt and don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. So energetically feeling bad about debt does not do anything for you. It doesn't pay the debt down faster. And it makes it so you feel bad all the time. And when you feel bad, you broadcast bad feelings. What we want to do is feel abundant, feel good. So when you think about that credit card, think, you know what? I'm just paying over time for those purchases. And that's what I decided to do. That's where I'm at right now. And if you want to have your debt paid in full, let's start proclaiming that. So let's write a dream statement. Now, you may already have your dream statement written, but if you don't, I'll give a suggestion, but make sure it's yours, okay? I like to say all my debt is paid in full. And when I say that, I mean my house too. So I speak out, all my debt is paid in full. Now, I want you to say your debt statement. You can borrow mine or you can create your own. And I want you to rate it again. 0 being, I feel nowhere near in alignment with that statement. Like there's no way that I feel good about debt. Okay. And then 10 being, I feel completely in alignment with that statement. My debt is a payment plan. It's paid in full. I feel good about my debt. Okay. So just notice when you're rating, you can actually notice how your body feels. Say the statement out loud, look at the statement, and then just notice, how does this feel? Does this feel like a 0? Does this feel like a 10? Does this feel like a 6? Just do your best guess. And we're just going to rate that statement and go on to the next topic. Okay, let's talk about savings, Karyn.
Okay, savings. So the thing that I wanna see, or the thing that I wanna say about savings is that I don't want you to save money out of lack and scarcity. Most people, that's what we were taught. Make sure that you are a good saver for any emergencies that happen. And so if we're taught that, then we're saving money and we're hoarding money over here because we think that we can't spend it because we have to save it in case something bad happens. So what we focus on expands. And so if we are always worried about having this big safety plan, because we're worried that something is going to happen and that we're going to need that, we need to release that. We don't save out of lack and scarcity. Now, I'm not saying like, oh, don't ever save. Like saving is great. But the way that I save is in that things happen and that where you're like, your washing machine broke down, tire blew, whatever. And so maybe you'll go into your savings account and get that. That's great. But I don't want you to only save lack and scarcity and be afraid to spend that money, right? Because we know that money just circulates. Money goes out. If money goes out, money has to come back to you. And so when I think we're talking about spending next, right? Yeah. So I'll tell you the example about how the way that you spend it needs to come back. So savings, just think of it as the reframe of like, you know what? I'm saving because I'm just saving for my future. If there is a trip that I want to go on, if there is a purse I want to buy, if there is, something that I want that money for, I have that money over there and it's okay to spend it. When you're saving and you're looking at your bank app every single day, you're looking at it going, wow, like I'm really growing my money. So in my one of my savings accounts, when you log into my bank account, it says Rich Girl Money. And so I've named my bank account that. So when I look at that savings, I don't look at it as scarcity and lack. I look at it as fun of like, oh yeah, like look at this rich girl money grow, right? So I'm watching it and it feels safe and it feels like it feels good. It feels good when I look at that savings. It doesn't feel dread of like, oh my God, I only have $1,000 in here. What if something happens? Right? And I mean, I see money. I love money. Like I love money. I love money because it allows me options. It allows me to do things that I want to do. It allows me freedom. And so the more that you love something, because love is the highest vibration, so it doesn't matter what it is, the more that I love money, money always shows up for me because of the love and the respect that I have for it. So that's how I reframe savings of money now.
So I want to touch on something because you just said something that probably triggered half the people in here,
Okay.
which
What?
is I love money. Now, many of us were taught in the Bible that the love of money was evil. But what Karyn actually said behind that statement is she loves what money does for her. She loves the safety that money brings. She loves the luxury that money brings. She loves the experiences, the vacations with her family, the purses, the whatever it is that she wants to buy. She loves that she can have those things with money. So it's not about worshiping money or loving money. It's about knowing that when you project a feeling of love about anything, more will come. And so if you need that reframe, that's there for you, because the truth is money's a piece of paper. It's a number on a screen. It's like, I don't love money. This is just a piece of paper. What I do love is like going on a cool vacation and using that dollar for that vacation, right? So the other thing I want to touch on is some of you don't have savings. Some of you have been proclaiming that you can't save, you don't save, you're not a good saver, you've never saved. Some of you feel crappy about your savings every single day. Now, some of you have $10 in savings and feel bad about it, and some of you have 100,000 in savings and feel bad about it. Some of you are worrying about your savings every single day. So what Karyn was saying is like energetically, no matter what is in that savings account, you want to be broadcasting safety, security, hope, excitement, fun, love, because when you feel good about something, more comes, okay? So if you have been a poor saver in the past, or if you've been looking at your savings in a negative way instead of in a positive way, I want you to write down your dream statement around money when it comes to savings, like I am a good saver, or my savings bring me security, or my savings are growing every day, or whatever it is that you want to say that would be dreamy to say about your savings. I want you to write that statement down, and I want you to rate it 0 to 10. I also love the fact that Karyn has named her bank account, her savings account, Rich Girl Money. And I would highly recommend you doing the same. One of our mentors, who makes millions with ease, she calls her savings account her brunch money. All right. And when she does brunch, she'll like go to Paris for brunch
Yeah.
or be on a yacht for brunch. Okay. So she calls it brunch money because it's her fun savings account. It's her fun money. It's her, ooh, look how much I have in there money. All right. So write down your statement that you would like to feel about savings. And then we will hop into the next category, which is earning. Now we're going to talk about earning, but I want to remind you, Karyn, to talk about spending in the earning area, because I know that you wanted to touch on that.
Okay. Yeah.
So
And also,
everybody, yeah,
yeah,
go
and
ahead.
also with savings, another way to look at it is like, yes, like I do love money. I do love being able to, afford what I can afford, but I also love being able to give back. Do you know how many reels I watch crying going, "I'll donate to you." You know what I mean? Or, a friend or family member needs something and you have the money to do that, of like, yeah, no problem. Kids come over, I'll treat them, no problem. So it's not just about physical things, it's about everything and every opportunity that you have. Okay.
Before you jump into
Yeah.
earning, I just want everybody just comment in the comments, things that you have like up until now, anything we've triggered, sayings that you grew up with around savings, sayings that you grew up with around debt, just in the comments. If this is landing, if this is hitting home, please just give us one statement you grew up with around money before we hop into rich girl earning.
Yeah, like which one did you hear all the time? All the time.
Mhm.
Money doesn't grow on trees. Money
Money
is
is
hard to
hard to
make.
make.
That's
Yeah.
a big one.
Debt is bad money. Uh,
Too
It takes money
expensive.
to make money. That's too expensive. I love that's too expensive. I have heard I choose not to buy that right now, or it's not my priority to buy that right now. I also love.
Yeah.
Make sure you are tithing in the spring is what my parents always said, because that was income tax time. We don't have enough money. You should sub off your credit card every month. Okay, awesome. All right, so this is hitting home. Thank you. We're going to jump into Rich Girl Earning now. Karyn, can you help us reframe around earning, specifically, what you say around earning? What's your take on Rich Girl Earning?
Yeah, so I think a lot of people were taught that you have to work hard to earn, right? And that, you have to put in the hours, you have to hustle, you just have to work really, really hard. Now, I think that you have to definitely put in effort to earn, right? It's the energy that you're putting out is the energy that comes back in, but I don't think that you need to work 24/7 to have money. I don't believe that you always have to. So here's an example for me. So I'm an entrepreneur and I used to think that the only time that I could earn money is when I'm sitting in front of my computer doing something for work, whatever it was, doing something for work, sending emails, whatever, until I realized, like, I actually can make money while I'm, out at soccer. I can make money. It's not hard to make money, but you have to make sure that you still got to do the work. Like if we're talking about a business owner, I still have to do work to do that. I just don't have to work my face off. And I think that that's what we were taught is just you really want to make any type of money, you just have to work really, really hard. And then you can only make this much. So it's like you have this ceiling of an amount of like, well, I can only make this much because that's all that, this this trade makes or this position makes. I used to go into when I worked in corporate for 15 years. And I would always ask every time that I went for an interview, I would always ask. Now, remember, like I was always broke before, like, paycheck to paycheck and all that stuff. But I had this. And and going back, thinking about it, I'm like, I'm actually pretty proud of myself that I had that. Was that every interview that I went in for another position, the first question that I would always ask, or whatever, a question that I would always ask is what is the ceiling? What's the ceiling salary for this? And so I knew that I could only get to this. And I knew that once I got to this, that was the ceiling. It was time for me to move on and go somewhere else and get that other ceiling. Now, at the same time, I still had that ceiling, but I knew that that was okay, that I could break through that ceiling. I just couldn't break through it at that company. I had to go find another way to break through that ceiling. Now that I'm no longer in corporate and nobody pays me, like a specific salary, I now know, oh my God, that there is absolutely no ceiling for the money that I can make. Like there's no ceiling whatsoever. If I want to make this much, I know that there's certain steps that I could do to get me to that. Um, and it really comes down to how much do you want to make? How much do you want to earn? Whatever it is, you can get there. Now, I'm not saying like you're like, oh, I'd love to earn $1 million and you're earning, $50,000 or $100,000 right now, that you can't earn that. 100% you can, but maybe just by you, saying, oh, I declare it and, I want to manifest that. You may not get to it, right away. You may need to take these steps to go to the next. But what I'm telling you is rich girl earning, those steps don't end. They just continue. They only end when you're like, okay, this is, what I'd love to earn. And so that's kind of the reframe that I think about earning is no limit. I can earn as much as I want.
Yeah, absolutely. So no ceiling.
No
You
ceiling,
can
no
earn
ceiling.
whatever you want, and it doesn't have to be hard. Okay, I had a friend who's made millions, and he was telling me when he first started his entrepreneurial pursuit, his business, he was taught it was a network marketing company. It was a network marketing model, and it was way back in the day, before the internet, when they would get their how much they had earned through a fax machine. Okay, they'd get this fax would tell them, and so he started this business, and he was learning like the more people I sign up, the more money I make. And when he got that first fax, it was like 2 months after he'd started and he was working his butt off. He got that first fax and it was something like 46 cents. Okay, he made 46 cents residually, all right, from someone using his service. And a lot of people would have quit at that 46 cents. But the reason why I'm sharing this is because his mindset, when he saw that 46 cents, he went, yes, it works. He celebrated that 46 cents like it was millions. And he went on to have $1 million months in that company because his mindset was collecting proof of what was possible, versus so many people could have seen that 46 cents and gone, forget this, like I'm out. Instead, he saw it as proof. So where do you see proof in your life of what you can earn, of other people that are earning? You know, some of you watching are doing a 9 to 5, and you've collected a lot of proof that money is hard, that you have to trade time for money. Many of us were taught you have to trade time for money. That's what Karyn was talking about, sitting in front of the computer, trading her work for money. But there's lots of things. There's lots of ways to make residual income. I remember getting my first check after I wrote my book, and I got my first check from the publisher, just being like, this is it. Like, I had done network marketing and earned residual money before, but I had always used writing a book as an example. Like, you write a book once, you make money over and over and over again. And so I got this check for my book, and I was so excited. And it wasn't 46 cents, but it wasn't $1 million either. Okay. But it was like the most exciting check I have ever received, because it was true residual income. I wrote a book and I made money over and over and over. Some people bought that book when I was sleeping. I was making money when I was sleeping. So I want you to notice what is your ceiling, because most of you have one. And when we talk about that blueprint, that unlocking your money blueprint, shifting your money blueprint, some of you have a blueprint or a ceiling around how much you can earn monthly or yearly. I think in monthly, a lot of people think in yearly. So what do you think your ceiling is? Usually you'll know your ceiling by how much you earn monthly or yearly on average. So it doesn't matter if you quit a job, start another job, quit a network marketing company, start another network marketing company, quit a venture, start something else, you seem to always make around the same. So that's your set point. And I may do a whole other webinar on set points one day, but that's your set point. But that's like kind of your ceiling. You've set a ceiling unwittingly, that there is this block to earning more than that number. Okay. If you are brave and courageous and you want to write your ceiling in the comments, you can. Sometimes people don't like to talk about their earning or their ceilings. Totally cool. You could even write in there what you want your new ceiling to be. So we don't know if it's your ceiling or if it's your new ceiling. The truth is, like Karyn said, there is no ceiling. You can earn unlimited. It is based on your belief around how much you can earn. So if your belief is unlimited, that's what you'll earn. Okay. So I am open to earning XYZ, fill in the blank, write down your dream statement around earning, and then write it 0 to 10. Now we're going to use these statements in the next section here. So I'm really excited for you to just take a moment, notice how you feel about earning, notice how you feel about your dream statement around earning. Okay, maybe you just said, I earn $50,000 a month. Are you 0 in the belief category that that's possible, or are you 10 out of 10? Okay, so write down your statement. How would you like to feel about earning? What is a dreamy statement you could say about earning? And then we'll go to the next section where I'm going to show you how to shift this forevermore.
Yay.
Okay, so time to unlock that money blueprint. We're gonna right now just take, I'm gonna hit the timer for 60 seconds, and I want you to write out your dream statement. Now, we can do this one of two ways, and it's up to you. So probably the more powerful thing is, out of your 4 statements that you wrote, which statement do you want to address first? You can do this exercise that we're about to do over and over and over again. But what statement do you want to most address? So are you good at earning, but you're terrible at saving, or you have been, like, mindset wise bad at saving up until now? Does your debt stress you out? And you wish that you felt lighter about your debt? Are you poor at receiving? Which sentence do you want to address? And I want you to write it down and then rate it, make sure that the rating out of 10 is still the same, because even just in the verbalizing, in the commenting, in the listening to me and Karyn, things will shift. Your rating will actually shift. It will have shifted probably a little bit already, even since we first started, which is awesome. Even if I just hit the end button right now, you've had a shift, which is what we want. Okay, we're shifting up today. We're resetting your blueprint today. So just take a moment, pick your statement and make sure you've rated it out of 10. And you can comment in the comments if you like which category you picked, what your dream statement is. And please do write your numbers. So if you are a 2, if you're a 5, if you're a 10, pick a different statement. Because we don't want to work on the 10 out of 10s. We want to work on the 1 out of 10s and the 5 out of 10s. Okay. We want to shift you up to a 10. That is the goal of this. So just in the comments, write your statement. And we are going to, in a moment. So we've got a 3 or a 4, got a 4, 4, 5. Awesome. So just throw your numbers in there. This is exciting because we're gonna see numbers later that are higher. Yes, Karyn, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something about earning as well, is that I just wanna I I want to encourage you to believe that you can actually earn, 1, as much money as possible, of, like, whatever that is to you, but you can earn it in any way. You don't have to earn it by, what society thinks or the way that you should earn it.
You can win it.
You can yeah, you can win it. Like, I encourage you, you can earn as much money as you want doing something that you absolutely love. So, I worked in corporate for 15 years because I just assumed that was the only way that I was able to make money. And then when I learned behind the scenes on my own manifestation and all of this, when I learned that, I was like, "Oh, wait, well, what if I could teach people?" Of course, a belief came up of like, "Well, who's going to believe me?" Right? And I was like, well, let me go see if it works for myself. Boom, it freaking worked. And then I started teaching people, and now people pay me to do that. And I love it. Like, it's something that, like, I love working. Like, I love it because, well, I love it. I get to help other people live their dreams or whatever. So just I also with the ceiling of the money, I don't want you to have a ceiling of like, well, I can only do this to earn money. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. You can, I always say, like, you can monetize anything. So if you have a dream where you're like, man, I would love to do this for the rest of my life, you can earn doing that. So I don't want you have a dream and you're like, well, that would never happen. Anything is possible.
Thank you, Karyn. That's awesome. Anything is possible. And it's absolutely true. I had a client just the other day, or probably like 3 weeks ago now, message me. He had set his dream number at 30,000. His normal monthly number was 10,000. He set it at 30. He said that would be dreamy. And the very next month he hit 30,000. Now, how did he do that? Well, he got a bonus that was unexpected at work. He got into a car accident, totals his car, and his insurance company valued his car at a very high value, wrote him a check, then let him buy the car back. He fixed the car and sold it and ended up having his $30,000 month. Now, we don't know how the money's coming in.
Yeah.
So it's important for you to be clear. It's not just about earning, okay? Just be open to receiving money. Don't worry about the plan. Don't worry about the how. Let's just shift the mindset. The rest will follow. So very quickly now, we're just going to write down on a piece of paper, do a line down the middle, new sheet of paper, line down the middle, and on the left-hand side, I want you to write. Now, normally people have resistance around this if they're in the personal growth world, but I want you to write down the negative stuff that comes up when you think about your dream statement. So when you say out loud, I am debt free, and you get a 5, what are the statements that pop up? So it's not possible. No, I'm not. I never will be. I never have been. I don't make enough money to pay off my debt. Paying off debt is hard. I can never get caught up. I want you to write all the gross stuff that you think, but you don't say. Now, when I first discovered this process, I hated this part because I'm really good at painting a positive picture. truth was, I was having those thoughts, I was having those feelings, but I wasn't saying it out loud. I wasn't saying it out loud. And because I didn't say it out loud, I actually gave it power. So just give yourself permission right now to write down the negative stuff. Now, some of you are going to have no problem with this because you've been saying debt's impossible, it's hard, I can't, or I'll never be able to earn more, or my life is so hard, or everything's impossible. So I want you to just, whatever statement you picked, I want you to write down all the reasons why it won't. Now, this is your addiction. This is your addiction. This is what you are addicted to. And what I mean by that, you might consciously say, no, I'm not, Jennie. I don't want to be in debt, or I don't want to be bad at receiving, or I want to earn more. But the problem is that our body actually responds to feelings, and our thoughts and our words create feelings. So when you have the thought, I don't have enough money, your body releases chemicals, physical chemicals, okay, neurotransmitters, cortisol, hormones, messaging. Lots of stuff happens when you have that thought, and your body has physically got addicted to feeling broke, to be in scarcity, physically addicted to, I am a bad spender. When you say that, Stephanie, you actually release chemicals in your body, okay? And those chemicals your body has become addicted to. This is why some people will always think about the worst case scenario, or they'll worry their child is out in the world and they're worrying something bad is going to happen, something bad is going to happen, something bad is going to happen. Have you ever wondered why you're not thinking something good is going to happen, something good is going to happen, something good is going to happen? It's because you are addicted to that thought. Like Amy just wrote, I will work until I die. You are addicted. When you have that thought, it feels awful. Your body releases chemicals, your body releases neurotransmitters, and there is this addiction going on, and we got to break up that addiction. So get it all out on the left side, because on the right-hand side, we're going to write out what you're allergic to. Okay. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds while I'm not talking to just take a moment and write those down. And then we're going to move on to the next side of the chart. Hey, okay, so now we're back. My lovely husband just brought me a coffee, and I feel so grateful and blessed. I received it. And we're going to shift to the other category. Now, this is, what is your dream statement around what would you like to feel when you think the statement, my debt is paid in full, or I am open to receiving, or I earn $8,000 a month? Whatever your statement is, what would you like to feel? Okay, so just take 30 seconds and write that out. Serenity, confidence, belief, peace. Oh, I'm paid my worth. I am worthy. I am grateful. It feels good to receive. It feels good to earn. It feels good to spend. Okay. ease, grace. I can help others. Okay. So now we're just going to take a moment here. And hopefully you're somewhere where you can speak out loud. But I want you to say your statements. I'm going to mute myself in a second here, but I just want you to take a moment and say your statements out loud. And while you do that, I want you to think about it for a minute. Do you normally stir to the right when you're stirring pudding? When you're making pancakes, do you normally stir to the right or do you normally stir to the left? You just take a minute and you can comment right or left in the comments. And then both. Okay, well, for the people who say both, which is very rare, by the way, you can choose right or left. But if you normally stir to the right, I want you to stir to the left when we're doing this exercise. And if you normally stir to the left, I want you to stir to the right when we're doing this exercise, okay? So we're just going to break up the norm here. And I want you to read out on the left-hand side all of your negative stuff, all of the stuff that comes up. I have fear around money. I have stress around money, whatever it is, whatever the stuff is you wrote in that left side of the column. And I want you to stir. And I don't want you to stop stirring until you've said it all out loud. All right. So just, we're going to start now and you're going to speak it out and I'm going to give you 30 seconds to do it. And then we will shift to the other side. So we're breaking up the addiction. So this is what it's so important. Don't not stir. All right. So we're going to start stirring now because this is breaking up the actual addiction. Your body's going to go, wait, what? Usually we release chemicals right now. Okay, but instead we're stirring. What's going on? You're breaking a loop. You're breaking a pattern. Okay, so just stirring to the left, starting now. Speak it out loud. And you can comment done when you're done so we can move to the other section. Okay, all right, tension in your neck. All right, we're done, we're done, we're done, we're done. Okay, so now we're going to go to the other column and we're going to speak out everything positive that we want to feel. And again, I want you to stir the opposite because what happens when we speak out the good stuff, I'm at peace with money, we actually have an allergic response. Your body has gotten so used to not agreeing with that statement that it has an allergic response, a resistance response. That's not true. Okay, it fights it. This is why when you look in the mirror and say an affirmation, I am a millionaire, I am abundant, you instantly get that pushback. That's the allergic reaction. Okay, so we're going to stir the opposite way again. And we're just going to speak out all the good stuff. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds to do it. And then when you're done, please comment done. Breaking up all that allergic response. Let me know when you're done. Whoa. Okay. All right. So now with just a few minutes left, I want everybody to write down your statement, your original statement, and I want you to rate it out of 10 again, okay? And I just want you to notice what the new number is. It should be a little bit higher. It might be the same, but from 99.9% of you, the number will be higher. Some of you will be a 10 out of 10. If you can just write down your number on your paper first, and then in the comments, that would be great. 9, awesome. What were you? Make sure, tell us what you were. So like if you are 9 now, were you a 4? Were you a 5? You were a 5. Awesome. Good job. Okay. 3 to a 6. Awesome, Lisa. Thank you. Okay, 5 to a 7. This is great, you guys. So this is like you've already shifted your blueprint. Now we want a 10 out of 10, but sometimes the 10 out of 10 is going to come with all of the statements. I wanted to do just one statement with you today because it's so powerful for you to just work on one thing at a time. If you'd written all 4, we would have different results just because it's actually a little bit hard to do all the things at once. Just my necklace. Just going to do one more thing as a bonus for everybody. Okay. All right. I just have this necklace and it's just a necklace, just a pendant, nothing special. Okay. It's not a crystal or anything like that. And what I want to do right now is I want you to notice where you're feeling in your body, the part that isn't a 10. So if you're a 9, if you're a 7, if you're, I see some people have gone 3 to 4 to 9, 7 to a 9. Okay, for those of you, whatever your number is, I just want you to notice it. And where's the part of me? Where do I feel? Just close your eyes for a sec. Where do I feel the part of me that is not a 10? Where in my body? And then I am going to, with intention, whether you're watching the replay of this or you're watching it live right now, I am going to clear those blocks. I'm going to help you move, shift a number. We're going to release those emotions together. We're going to release that hold. You can relax that area of your body. Okay, if you can even give that area of your body a color, like if you could give that feeling a color. And then let's just say the feeling is anxiety and you gave it the color green and you want to feel peace, you can give it the color white, like you choose the color. Just imagine that that green is being melted away by the white as we relax that area and clear those blocks. So live time, clearing those blocks, releasing that, letting it go. Letting that go, releasing it, letting it go, letting it go. Okay, and so you could rate yourself again. You may notice that you've gone to a 10 or your number is higher. But with that, our Unlock Your Money Blueprint is almost complete. We rated our statements again. Feel free to write your comments. And as we close this out, I just want to share with each and every one of you, we are going to do this and so much more in April at Rich Girl Weekend. So some of you are already attending. Some of you already know that you can't attend or whatever. But we want to invite you personally. We have limited seats available, but we do have a few seats still available for attendance. This is 2 full days in person with us where we are going to teach you habits, tangible habits, things like renaming your bank account, and we're going to clear you. We're going to clear you of blocks. We're going to clear your addictions and your allergies. We're going to teach you how to show up powerfully for yourself in your real life, in your language, and in your energy, in your emotion. Our last Rich Girl Weekend, we literally saw miracles, and we want more miracles. We want your testimonials. We cry about our last weekend. The last weekend we had was so dramatically powerful. Lives were changed forever. This webinar has changed your life forever in some capacity. You can do this work yourself, but I will tell you there is power in doing it in a group with other women, with vulnerability, with honesty. And we don't do a lot of stuff in person. Karyn and I live a 6-hour, we're both in Canada, but we're a 6-hour flight apart. We don't do a lot of stuff in person. This opportunity is rare and we want you there. We want you there. We want to help change your blueprint. We want to help change your wealth identity. So with that, we will let you go. Karyn, is there any last words you want to say before we hop off? If you do want to join for the weekend, please comment weekend. If you're already coming, you can comment I'm coming.
You can also scan the barcode. The barcode will, if you scan that with your camera, that will give you more information, but definitely comment weekend.
the QR code.
Yeah, what'd I say?
Barcode, but
Oh.
the picture with us has a barcode, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, yeah, sorry, yeah.
See, I didn't know that you did that, but it's.
Yeah, the QR code, and to definitely comment weekend. But no, I think like what you said, that this was like, look at all the numbers. They went from this to that, like, which was great. This is an hour of being online with us. And if you want more, join us for Rich Girl Weekend. I personally work on your wealth frequency. So I help you build your wealth identity, your wealth frequency, around money, but around everything else. It's literally like, what do you want your life to be? That's what Jennie and I do. We just have different ways to do it, but they mirror each other so well that it really does make miracles when they're together. So yeah, I see like there's a bunch of you guys on that are already coming. You already have your tickets, so super excited to see you guys there, to hug you and all of that.
Yeah, I saw you raised your hand. If you have a question, you could just throw it in the chat if that's easy. And thank you so much for attending. Thank you for being here. And we will see you all, some of you in person very soon. And for those of you who are curious or want to know more, don't hesitate to reach out. And we will talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Stay blessed. Bye for now.